Morning, guys. July 20th already. Summer's whipping by, man. So, yesterday I pretty much spent the whole day shaping, drilling the holes and everything, fabricating this visor. And then the last thing I did was put a coat of black paint on it. I bought some carriage bolts to mount it. I still have to build some brackets that are going to come. Thinking what I'm going to do is use a thick rod. I'll drill into the end of the rod, tap it, and then run a bolt or a screw down, thread it into the rod, and then I'll have a piece here that'll receive it with a couple of screws, like a like a triangle with a hole through it to catch the bar, and then two screws to hold it here. I've got some old screws in there that are already pre-rusted, so I can use those. Bernie asked if I allowed wind, or the wind that's going to hit it, to go out the back, and the answer is no. And the reason is I have a problem with water leaking in the cab through this windshield. Even though I put that gasket in there, the water's still weeping in there somewhere, and I end up with puddles every time it rains. So I put washers on all the bolts, rubber washers. Then I put this piece of marine gasket on this back side, so it'll send the water over to the drain and then down. And that's pretty much what I'm going to build. I know some people have them tilted a lot more down. It like covers the windshield almost. I'm not into all that. I like them so that they stick out. They designed more was what they were designed to do, was to keep the snow and the weather off of the windshield, and the sun from hitting you. So, as I said, I broke down and bought the switch finally for the wipers on the 48. Cost me a whole $7. It's kind of interesting that it would have, just for the hell of it, I looked to see if I could have it shipped to me. The switch was like $7 and change, and it was $8 to ship it, so I went down to the parts store. So I got the 2-speed switch in. And as you can see, I just kind of, once they're down, I just kind of park them. There's quite a bit of wear in these regulators. I can actually walk out and just push it down just a little bit more. So in the state of Rhode Island, antique vehicles are not required to be inspected, but the state police do enforcement. And if you're out driving around in a vehicle that's throwing clouds of smoke out, or you're driving in the rain and your windshield wipers are not on, they can literally stop you and write you a ticket. So I make sure that everything, brake lights, turn signals, tires, everything on this truck, if I roll this into an inspection station, including the emergency brake, I put new emergency brake cables where needed. So everything works. It's just like, so if I'm pulled over on the road and they do a safety check on me out on 95 or Route 24 or something, they're not going to find that I have bald tires and things like that. And that really makes a difference here, because we want to preserve what we have, and it's people that abuse it that allow our legislators to go up there and say, oh, see, look at this, there was an accident because of an uninspected car. We don't need all that. So it's up to each of us as citizens to do the right thing and be safe out there. Plus your life depends on it. I mean, obviously. Out from Rusty, Rhode Island, that was your Rhode Island safety notice. I'm in a good mood, guys. Life is great. Have a good one.